1977, when the miniseries Roots premiered, 130 million people tuned in, making it one of the highest-rated TV shows ever. It's still setting records when it recently aired the remake on BET to celebrate the 35th anniversary. Tonight, Roots will be featured on the PBS special Pioneers of Television. Please welcome the award-winning cast. We've got Emmy-nominated Ben Vereen, Emmy winner LeVar Burton, Emmy and Tony winner Uggams, and of course, the Academy Award-winning Louis Gossett Jr. Hi, Ben. Hi, good to see you again. Hi. Hi, Miss Uggams.
I love you. Thank you. How you doing?
How you doing? Mr. Gossett. Hi. Welcome to our show. Welcome all of you. Did you? Wow. Who knew? Have a seat, everybody. Yeah, have a seat.
I likes that.
Ben is a friend to the show. So if he acts out of order, he knows that this is the place to do it.
The only chance I get to do it anyway.
Welcome, everybody. You know, Louis Gossett Jr., he just whispered to me that he went to college with Diane Carroll.
That's right.
So interesting.
Yeah.
NYU, they graduated.
Yeah, New York University.
All right. So, Ben,
Yes.
how does it feel, Ben Chicken George in Roots, how does it feel to be part of such an iconic piece of film?
You know, we never expected this. Matter of fact, when we were doing it, we didn't think that it would be iconic. We did it for the importance of the piece. When I was growing up, there was only a paragraph saying you were slaves and Lincoln freed you.
Yes.
So here comes this brilliant man called Alex Haley.
Yes.
And he takes this long journey to find his family, and he convinces, he and David Woper and Stan Markley convinces ABC to put it on in a time when it wasn't fashionable to do so, and boom, here we sit. It feels fantastic.
I was in 6th grade.
Yes.
When Roots came out.
Yes.
And I just remember, take no offense, but I remember being mad at white people for at least a month after seeing it. Honest to goodness.
Yeah.
And we weren't learning about slavery in school. And, just thank you for the movie. Thank you. And I'll tell you, our son is 12. And he's in 7th grade now. But I was able to handle it, and it touched me very deeply in 6th grade. So this past summer, I got the whole box set, and we relaxed all summer long, and we watched it. And thank you. Now, Miss Uggams, did you think that roles would change for black actors after you all did Roots?
Oh, well, we were so fabulous. I thought we were going to have jobs up the wazoo.
Right.
And there were no jobs.
Thank you.
I didn't get another job until 2 years later when I did a show called Backstairs at the White House. But we were very disappointed because, I mean, we had all these accolades about all these wonderful people, and all of a sudden it was like, well, we did our quota, and now that's it for the rest of the time.
LeVar, you were plucked from college. Had you even graduated?
No, I was a sophomore at USC.
Yes, and you auditioned for this part?
Yeah, I did.
And you got it?
Yes.
And we had never seen you do anything before.
I had never done anything before.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what you did do. One of the most memorable scenes for me, I mean, there's so many of them, but the whipping, there's one particular whipping scene, you got the stew beat out of you, and that was just, how was it filming that scene?
It was difficult. We actually had to do it twice. The first day, I was way too uncomfortable. Standing there and having somebody throw a whip at your back. And this guy was an expert. He was a master at the whip, but I didn't trust him. It was just there was something preternaturally, fundamentally wrong about standing there with your back to somebody and letting them hurl the tip of a whip at you. When he cracks it, the tip is moving at 120 miles an hour.
Yes.
His job was just to wrap it around my body. He was that good, but I was way too jumpy. I couldn't sit still.
Everybody was in Roots too. Which
Yeah.
is so, I mean, not just black actors, but I remember Ed Asner, like so many people were in Roots, like most of Hollywood.
All the TV dads.
Yes, all the TV dads,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Including John Amos. So, Leslie, you played Kizzy.
Yes.
And one of the heart-wrenching moments during Roots is when you were sold from your family.
Yeah.
How was that scene to shoot?
Oh, it was very difficult, very difficult. The fact that you were being torn away from your mother and father, never to see them again, you know, plantations were far away from each other, so that meant that you would never see them ever again. Everything that you knew, everything that they had instilled in you, you were never going to see them every day of your life.
Yeah.
And the fact that they had no say-so.
Yes.
So when we shot that scene in the wagon, I just lost it. I mean, I wore Kizzy's skin.
Yeah, I would imagine all of you did. Mr. Gossett, you played Fiddler. And there was one line that particularly that I remember you said after Kunta Kinte was beat down. You told him there's going to be a better day. But I understand that wasn't part of the script.
No, that wasn't part of the script. I don't know where it came from, but they were beating LeVar Burton and Kunta Kinte at the same time.
This is what I
Now,
want.
the better day is today. So tell your son there is no such thing as impossible. We are now in the promised land.
Yeah. Before we go into the break, I just wanted to ask you all, you know, I internalized that, and,
Yeah,
and I was angry for, you know, a month, you know, before getting back to myself. You guys, was there any racial tension, just a little something on the set?
It began to dissolve after a couple of while.
Yes.
Everybody was a family.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
became
began
a
to
sacred ground.
Yes.
Because
It's a
we were
sacred
dealing
place
with
to be.
sacred information.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody on the set was really riveted
Yeah.
to getting the important message out.
You know, Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained is criticized for its portrayal of slavery. Have any of you seen it?
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't yet.
Okay. Well, what do you say, Mr. Gossett?
Well, I think, well, Quentin Tarantino is a very clever man. Very brilliant, brilliant movie. The N-word, I'm old enough to remember the knee-jerk reaction when I hear the word. So they did too many of them for me.
Too many N-words.
He wanted to break out all the myths and stuff, but he's going for publicity.
Yes.
Now, if we want to talk about the West, we can talk about Bass Reeves, who was the most successful marshal in the West, not Wyatt Earp, or Deadwood Dick, who there was a whole series called
Nat Turner.
Deadwood.
Nat Turner.
Yeah.
Nat Turner.
Yeah.
Talk
Now
about
put
a
those
revolution.
dolls out there for our children to see,
Yes.
Yes.
next to Django, and then maybe we got on a level playing
Leslie
field.
Uggams, did you see Django?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I have to say this. You can't touch this.
You can't touch it. LeVar, did you see Django?
I saw it. I saw it Christmas Day and was surprised. I enjoyed it. I didn't know it was a comedy.
Comedy.
It is
Is
a
it a
comedy.
I
It
don't
is a
know.
comedy. It is a
Did you
comedy.
hear about the slave dolls, the Django dolls that they were
Yeah.
selling?
Yeah.
Yes, we've heard about those. That's like doing a musical of slavery. Doesn't work. But here's the thing, though. You know, that's Tarantino. That's what he does.
weird.
He
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
what he
That's
does,
weird.
Well,
and
this
that's his thing.
This is
But
what he's-
our thing is the fact that this is real, that is fantasy.
But this is what he said about Roots, Quentin Tarantino. He says, when you look at Roots, nothing about it rings true in the storytelling, and none of the performers ring true to me either. I couldn't get over how simplified they made everything about that time.
Where's
That's-
the camera?
that's a lie.
Where is the
Personal
camera?
experience
Mr.
is like-
Tarantino.
Hello.
What personal
I
experience is he
invite
talking
you
about?
to come and explain that to
No,
me.
no, no.
And
I
when
invite
did
you
you-
to study our history.
Not
Our
only that,
history,
we're
not
telling
yours.
our black stories.
anyway.
He ain't black.
Now, he's given a lot of black people jobs.
Yes.
I give him props for that. But he makes movies that are adolescent fantasies on steroids.
Oh, that's what he
Tarantino.
does. But that's
Tarantino
his,
is making money.
that's his
That's all.
side of the street.
Enough.
Yes.
This is our side of
That's
the
right.
street.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
And I'm
Roots
glad that you
stands
came
for its
here.
own.
Right.
Yes.
To talk to
He
us
can work
today.
his side of the street. We'll work
Yeah.
ours.
Bless
side.
you. Bless you.
Thank you all four of you. Everybody, be sure that you watch Pioneers of Television. It features the cast of Roots. It comes on tonight at 8 o'clock on PBS.